Hello and welcome to the School of Continuing Education. This is Amira Deer, Director of the Career Development Department, and I'm very happy to announce the start of our first Africa Week event that we organize on the occasion of celebrating the African Women Day. I'm very happy to have today the first session with Ms. Nada Gazzar, entitled Stand Up to Stand Out, Elevate Your Personal Brand. Thank you very much for joining us and for registering. And this is the first session in this week. Every day we'll have a session from 5 to 6 p.m. Cairo time. And I hope you enjoy the journey with us throughout the whole week. Thank you, Ms. Nada, for joining us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amira. I'm so happy to be with you. We always have been scheduling for such sessions. And now it's time, inshallah, to start our journey. Thank you for the audience, and I'm very happy to be with you.
Thank you very much. Let me please introduce you to the audience. Ms. Nada Gazzar is a Quality and Excellence Advisor, Certified Professional Coach, NLP, and a trainer. She is the founder and CEO of Upscale X advisory and coaching firm that provides advisory and coaching services in 4 pillars: corporates, women, youth, and the community building in United Arab Emirates and the Middle East. Ms. Nada has more than 16 years of experience in innovation and excellence. She started her journey in 2013 as a certified quality and excellence assessor for 10 awards in United Arab Emirates. She worked as excellence advisory for many government entities in United Arab Emirates and Egypt in diverse sectors, including oil and gas, transportation, water and electricity, shipping, and education. Ms. Nada is international award winner. She received nine international awards, and among them was a Global Woman in Leadership Awards among 150 women from 70 countries, Stevie Awards, and latest was Golden Bridge Award, International Business Professional of the Year in International Business Professional of the Year category for her societal and professional initiatives. Ms. Nada, thank you very much for joining us, and we are looking forward to learning from you how to build our personal brand.
Thank you, Dr. Amira. Thank you so much again. As you have kindly mentioned, I've studied the NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, in addition to being a professional trainer and as an EFKIM assessor. So I have actually combined the assessment and excellence into the study of personal branding and how to be a distinguished person, especially combining both together. And this is the kind of programs I always speak about, which is how to have emotional intelligence, effective communication skills, empowerment programs for parents, for teenagers, as you have kindly mentioned, as well the corporate level programs for a lot of 7 stars excellence, UAE government excellence programs, and how to win awards. And this is actually how it has helped me to build my own personal brand through conducting a lot of assessments and working with prestigious government entities, as you have kindly mentioned. I've also worked on my book, which is My Africa, My Identity, and I'm very happy to share my story later on about how I've established my own chapter of success story and how this has helped me in building my brand throughout the journey of 16 years, taking excellence, NLP, and as well building my own personal brand. And here is how we're going to be speaking about the personal brand today. We will speak about what is the personal branding, how it's important, how do we use it, how to create it, and then we develop our brand, which is taglines, elevator pitch, brand personality, and how we bring all together the how. So we will start about introducing about the personal branding, developing our own brand, and then bringing it all together. Personal branding is a very popular word and everyone speaks about it, but what does it really mean? It means having a really powerful, clear, and positive idea when people think of you. So if I speak, for example, about Dr. Amira, the first thing that would come about her is her personal brand. It's what you stand for, your values, abilities, and actions. It's about your character and performance. And actually, it tackles 3 things: who you are, what you do, and what makes you different. How also you create value for others. So here, actually, in one sentence, you can say your brand is what other people say about you when you are not in the room. So anyone who speaks about any person is exactly their brand. What you do and say and how people feel about you, this is exactly your brand. If I ask 5 people what they think of someone, like what they think makes you unique, what would they say? So everyone like would ask themselves what they think, if what is really unique, what makes them unique, and what would people say about you. And would they all give the same answer? If your brand is very consistent, if the person's brand is very consistent, they would give a consistent answer. And they would say, all of them, they would say something about you that is really what reflects and what represents you. So your brand is the single most important investment you can make in your business. So actually, it's very important to invest in your brand. And this is kind of an example. How can we make a personal brand? By setting the purpose, by having the core values, by identifying our strengths and our skills, and then putting us as credible people in front of the social media and putting a lot of tangible brand elements, which we will speak about now. So why is personal branding important? It's a question for reflection for everyone. Why would you think that it is important? It's important because actually it needs to be powerful, authentic. It reflects you as an authentic person, consistent, visible, and valuable. So if we speak about any product that we know, it's exactly our personal brand is like the product. Some products we trust, other products we don't trust. Some products we find powerful, other products we don't find powerful. So it's exactly how we treat the products. It's exactly, we have also our own brands. It's important because we now have greater control in our destinies. We have a responsibility to have a better competition, to stand out from so many competitors in our brands and our career. To get ahead, we must manage the impressions others have of us so that everyone speaks the same language about us. This is how we build our brand. And with a strong brand, you differentiate yourself from others and you maximize your career potential. Let me tell you 3 simple strategies that would really make it very easy for you to build your personal brand. First one is the self-assessment, asking yourself what makes you special, what are your greatest strengths, and what is differentiating you from others. How does your uniqueness translate into value? What kind of value do you bring to people around you? What are your most significant accomplishments? And what do you want to be known for? What do you want or others to think when they hear your name? So this is a checklist that I have actually created for the audience that they might tick it. Do you have a brand story? Do you know your brand position? Can you identify your strength? Do you have your personal weakness? Do you know what you want? Do you know why you deserve it? So it's a lot of questions that maybe you can have some time to put a tick on each one of them. So you make a self-assessment about yourself. Where are you standing right now in consideration to your brand? Another thing is the perceptions of others consistent with your perception of yourself. Is it the same? Are people speaking the same language that you speak about yourself, or is it different? Actually, this is also important that we can do surveys to speak to trusted colleagues and also to see the past performance reviews, whether people are speaking or your managers are speaking the same language about you, where you speak about yourself. So here we will scan about where are we standing, and then we will fill gaps like education, experience, and relationships. We can see where are we standing right now, and we can see how can we develop these areas. And then we will begin to act, to introduce ourselves, to speak the language and share our story after we are successful in our brand. Another thing is that I always love to speak about is the wheel of life, which is creating balance in all our life. We can scan to build a consistent brand. We have to scan and be balanced in so many areas in our life. So it's also another self-assessment checklist where we see is our energy, is it really focused on also on only one part, or can we make the balance in our life? For example, career, our health, our social life. So we have to have a balanced life in order to have a personal and consistent personal brand. If anyone has heard about the SWOT analysis, we always use it for corporates, but here we can also use it for our personal strength, our weaknesses, our opportunities and threats. Where are we standing? It's also a self-analysis and self-assessment way. Here is, for example, an example about our strength, which is, for example, I am very creative. I communicate well with my clients. This is one of my strengths. I have the ability to ask key questions to find the right marketing angle. I'm completely committed to the success of my client's brand. Another, for example, weakness, I have strong need to do things quickly and remove them from my to-do list. And the quality of my work is sometimes suffering. This same need to get things done also causes me stress. So, I mean, if everyone knows exactly where they have a strength and where they have weaknesses. So here is a very good self-assessment to see where are we standing in terms of our SWOT analysis. This is also another example of how can we kind of questions to ask ourselves in order to identify the SWOT analysis. Another very interesting thing is about the phase 2. So we said it's the 3 phases. First one is self-assessment. The phase 2 is develop your elevator pitch. The elevator pitch is a quick summary of yourself. It's named after, for example, if you get in a short elevator and you meet someone in the short elevator ride, which is 30 to 60 seconds, what would you introduce yourself to this person? They are thought to be specific to an idea or product, but you can also use them to sell yourself as a professional. Here is some example for the elevator pitch is start by introducing yourself. For example, say, my name is Sarah, it's nice to meet you, and then provide a summary of what you do. We have to actually prepare ourselves for something like that. So, for example, I'm a PR manager specializing in overseeing successful initiative launches from beginning to end. Another thing, explain what you want. I find the work your PR team does to be innovating. And then you find the fourth step is finish with a call to action. Would you mind if I set a call next week for us to talk about this? So here you went through the 4 steps and you introduced yourself in a way that people can remember you in the future. So it's very important to write our elevator pitch. And then we have also, we can provide some of the examples and templates where you can prepare your elevator pitch. So you always assume that you are in an elevator that is, for example, a very short ride, and you are meeting the very important person that you wanted to meet since a long time. And this is how you will go through the 4 steps. For developing our brand, the Ikigai is a Japanese concept, and it's very interesting concept that has been really spoken about so much, which is the connection between the passion, the mission, the profession, and the vocation. So here we see something like called the purpose of life. So are we really doing our brands as kind of a purpose of life, or are we just, doing some work that we might not even enjoy? So it's a Japanese concept, which is translating as a reason to get us in the morning, or raison d'être. It's like when we speak in French. And then it's actually, it's how the Iki is called the life, and then the Kai is called the realization of hope and expectations. So it's kind of having a sense of purpose. We have to find our brand is something that we do in a sense of purpose, so that we enjoy everything about it. Finding your Ikigai is not a quest to find the one and only thing that will make you happy in life. It's about figuring out the many different ways you can find meaning and satisfaction. It can be also through activities, through jobs, including your jobs, hobbies, or relationships in life. So it's actually in so many things that we can find our purpose and Ikigai. It's not only in one thing. So here is how we make sure that we are living the brand that we are wanting to represent in every single aspect of our life. For example, here, if we're speaking about enabling our Ikigai, we can start very small and take smaller steps into something that we enjoy. We release ourselves by accepting our uniqueness and stop comparing ourselves to others. we must have also harmony and sustainability, be mindful of the impact. So here we were stressing about the impact of our actions and others on the environment we live. The joy of little things, create a daily routine that really has some moments of joy, and then being here and now, which is focus on what you're doing rather than thinking about the past. So it's the living the moment of our brand is how we can release our energy to live our brand to the fullest. Unique selling point is something if you attend any interview, one panelist can ask you why we should hire you, or what is the value that you add to the organization. So you must have in your mind something like 1 or 2 qualities that are making you unique from other people. For example, I have 9 years of experience in this skills, or I made some savings of a lot of money for this employer, or I have saved the duplication of task or automated something. Like this is exactly what makes you very unique and very expert in this area. So we must always, in order to speak about our brand, we must have a unique selling point or unique selling proposition, USP. Another thing is developing your brand positioning or persona. It's actually having your personal vision, mission, and values. And if you would like, I have already created this in 2018 through my website, which is nadalgazdar.com. You can see my vision and mission. I have created my own personal vision and mission exactly like a corporate, like mission, vision, and values. It's very important that you also have your personal vision and mission and values so that people can resonate with you. Another thing that we can speak about is the tagline. We have to have like a signature. For example, some of the examples like Marketing Pro is an eye for design. I'm Robin Fisher-Ruffer. I reinvent brands and reignite professionals. So everyone should have like a very catchy tagline, which is like your signature, that what you represent as a brand. It should be sticky, meaning stating it unexpectedly. So people, it's very memorable for other people. So I help people to transform their business, their careers, and their lives. So this is very short, yet is memorable, and it can stick in other people's minds. Very important also, the logo. Logo comes like a symbol or image or picture. Also, we have to use a color that represents our brand. We have to choose them very carefully. And here is some of the color meaning that also you can refer to as a brand. For example, the red represents passion, power, green, environment or earth. Blue is for communication, for trust. I mean, each and every color that we see, it gives some, it has a meaning and it has a mental resonation with it. So we have to be very careful about the colors we choose. If you want a bright color, if you want a darker color. So each brand should have a certain logo and colors which resonate also with the other people's minds. As you know, Oprah, for example, she's a very personal. She has already built her brand, and she's a very consistent person. So actually, the audience know exactly what you bring to the table. So we have to be very consistent. We have to know our values, what our worth and accomplishments are. We have to know our niche. Who is the target audience we want to speak to, and how do they communicate? The communication channel are very important. Maybe it's better to meet them face-to-face or social media or through, for example, certain medium or websites. So we have to know where our target audience are and how to connect with them into the appropriate medium. Is it online? Is it offline? So this is actually the third step, which is executing your brand. So first of all, it is actually a self-assessment, and then developing our brand fully with a website, logo, tagline, and ikigai. And we need to know our purpose in life, and then we go into executing our personal brand. How to execute the personal brand is actually to build the relationships with people, to get involved in cross-functional projects with other entities, to use volunteering to develop your skills, to take leadership roles in relevant organizations, and start a website or blog. I have also created my website in 2018. and I keep always updating it with all my activities. Also, a personal blog on LinkedIn or on a magazine or something is very important, that people know exactly what you represent. Here is some of the social media and videos that you can create. Definitely personal branding can be done through social media, which is Facebook is very actually common platform where you can have like a personal page or a company page. It's a very professional content. It should be kept separate from the personal content. We have to also refer to our website in the Facebook. Another thing is Twitter. Twitter, we have to be very careful about our bios and also our imagery, background image. It should have something that we share something about yourself. Personal branding using blogs. You can build the credibility with clients through blogs, which is really also very good channel where we do conversations, we do networking events with them. So it's a good platform to build the credibility. LinkedIn definitely is one of my favorite platforms as well. And you can always add your skills. You can join groups and post in these groups. You can also respond to comments and like content and post updates to your status bar several times a week. So it's a good way to keep very engaged through your brand with the audience. And also videos, you need to also have some description area where you have your logo, your this kind of footer that is very important, preventing ads from the video. Check always take subscribed users, compelling profile, and you can create how-to videos. If you have a certain brand, it's always a good idea to have how to do this or how to do that. So it's a good way to start a series of videos or podcasts that you can also build your brand for.